Hi students, how are you? I'm gonna have discuss the introduction to our behavioral finance class. Basically, I'm gonna explain what's behavioral finance, what we're gonna do in the semester, and the line up every week assignments. Now, after that, if you like the class, you take it. If you don't like it, please drop it. And I hope that will be fair arrangement between us. Before I go to the syllabus, calendar, and this and that, let me talk about what is behavioral finance. So even if you drop the class, you know a little bit about behavioral finance. All right. Behavioral finance is is the field for we analyze psychological effects on investor decision, and that has implication on the way the market outcomes, the market operates. So it's basically psychological effect on investors' decision and its overall impact on the outcomes. Behavioral finance present a new frontier about what called technical analysis, and this technical analysis aid us for short-term decision, short-term like hours, days, or maybe weeks. That's it. You can't do technical analysis for 5 years. If you want to do for 5 years investment or decision, you do fundamental analysis, and that's a different field. We teach it in investment classes, but behavioral finance more in short. Also, behavioral finance analyzes what called psychological biases. Now, bias doesn't mean irrational. Bias doesn't mean irrational. Irrationality is something different. For example, here's example of bias versus irrational. If somebody have um, care about the environment, this is something important to that person. Well, in that case, this is something that we call it a bias, not irrational. You care about this. Some people care about uh, politics. Some people care about religious. Some people care about fresh water. Some people care about animals. Some people care. So that's a bias. You're biased toward this group or that group. But that's not irrationality. You should be. Everybody has some biases. I have some. Probably you have some. If you don't have, that's fine. But not everybody. Maybe I'm wrong. Not everybody. So biases. So if you care about social responsibility, environment things, or you're social responsible, then uh, you pick stocks that are very social responsible companies. Now, if they have a high volatility and lower return, that means these companies maybe they have higher volatility and lower return. We call this unpriced or underpriced volatility. So this is a bias. Why you buy a company with high volatility and lower return when you can buy, for example, Amazon or Apple with lower volatility companies, you know them, and higher return. So that's a bias because you care about social responsibility, your social responsibility, or you care about the environment. But that doesn't mean you're irrational. That means you're biased toward this type of company. Now here I explain the definition of underprice or underprice volatility or underprice. Example, now irrationality will be if you care about return and you want a higher return with the lower volatility. Irrationality will be if you buy a social responsibility company. That would be irrationality. That you didn't care about the environment, you didn't care about anything. You just want to maximize your return for a given volatility, and you go and you buy high volatility companies with lower return. This is irrationality. Now it could be there are other reasons that investor or sorry, econometrician cannot see it. For example, you want to impress your boss, and your boss is a social responsible person. Then you say, look, I bought this company and this company. So that will be, I cannot see it as a researcher, but that could be a possibility to explain it. So that would be another bias to impress your boss. So be careful to use the word irrational. From my experience, and I met a lot of people, a lot of investors, people not irrational, most people are very biased toward issue or other things. For example, a lot of investors bought the IPO of Tesla because they care about electric car and green and renewable energy. And then people were seeing them as irrational till 2018. In 2018, Tesla had a very big run of 1,000% probably. So people can say, oh, they're smart, they're speculative investors. Nah, that's not the case here. So you have to understand that don't use the word irrationality a lot versus use the word bias. And we are more or less biased. Some people bias in their country, so they buy only American stocks or buy British stocks if you're from, or French stock. Some people bias toward the state. I like Colorado stocks or company. So that's a bias, not irrationality. That's a bias. So think about bias versus irrationality. Don't use irrationality unless you're 100% sure that you know all the facts and you still see it as irrational. That's a behavioral finance. I mean, the key is psychological effect, technical analysis, and psychological biases. These are three things where you do behavioral finance. All right. Now the class. You will see a calendar here. And you can see week 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And here in the bottom, you can see the weeks, what we do in every week. So week 1, introduction to behavioral finance, which is I'm doing that now. Anomalies and crypto analysis. You're going to have another video talking about crypto analysis. And then anomalies. So what matters for you is to watch videos and watch my announcement. I will make announcement every week, our plan for the week, I call it. And then do the homework. So I will create a tab in Canvas for every homework. So I will create a video called Video Analyzing Crypto. So I want to do in a crypto and Bitcoin business. I want to add some stuff here. It's a mainstream become to be, so why not to talk about it? It's hot. So I will have a video, and your homework will be to analyze a different crypto asset. For example, I want you to analyze, for example, I might do Bitcoin video about Bitcoin. So I want you to analyze Ethereum or XRP or Littlecoin or Cash, Bitcoin Cash. So try to get one of those. So I will analyze maybe Bitcoin or Ethereum. I haven't decided. And I want you to replicate my work, but by analyzing different crypto asset. All of this, Bitcoin is one of the crypto asset. Ethereum is a crypto asset. XRP is a crypto asset. Dogecoin, which Elon Musk talked about it, and Mark Cuban, it's a crypto asset. Littlecoin is a crypto asset. Bitcoin is a crypto asset. So all of this are crypto, family of crypto. Now, stock market, Amazon, Tesla, Google, Apple, all of those, JP Morgan, all of those are equity assets. So it's two different classes. Crypto assets, US equity, there's a bond assets, gold asset, oil assets, a lot of different asset classes, real estate. In this class, we're going to talk a little bit about crypto because it's on the rise, and obviously equity. So now we're going to go back to the calendar. Second week, we're going to have 2 chapters, 4 and 5. And then the homework will be from chapter 4 and 5. And then I'm going to teach you option valuation. And then we're going to go to exam. In the exam week, I didn't do anything, just do the exam. There is nothing other than exam. In the last week, it's different. So we're going to have exam 1. And then you have a week 2 models. Here, chapters 9 and 11 and political sensitivity. Exam 2, you do it, nothing other than exam. Then we're going to do chapter 18 and behavioral concepts. Now, the last week, exam 3, and it's optional, and company earnings. So exam 3 will be optional. If you're happy with the first 2 exams, you're done with the exams. And then you're going to do, in addition to the exam, you're going to do a company earning analysis. You will have a homework about analysis. Usually the exams only exam, but because the last week it could be some students take it, some students not. So I need to keep everybody busy. If you take the exam, you still have to do the company earning analysis. This is how everybody has to do it. This is pretty much the calendar. If you go to week 1, you can see the anomalies. So anomalies number 1 is January effect. Anomalies the winner is curse. Anomaly number 3, equity premium puzzle. So I have a link for you here. So if you click on it, you can see the the definition of each one. So what you do, your job, your homework is to click on that, read it. All right. Once you read it, explain it in your words in Canvas as a homework. All right. That's basically what you have to do. So this week, the first week, you're gonna have financial behavioral finance anomalies. So you go to week 1, you have 3 definitions. So you go, you click on them, you read them, you put in your words in Canvas, you explain them. And then there is a calendar and there is a financial indicator, which is a Bollinger Band. Here's a definition. Here's how to use it in strategy. And then there's a video I want you to replicate that I will show you about crypto. So you do that. And then there's a discussion. That's week number 1. Week number 2, you click in week number 2. There's option definition. You read the definition. And then there's a video about option, how to price it. You replicate my work, basically. So that will take you to options. So every week I will give you something and you click like week 3 exam. That's exam and here's the guideline for the exam. Week 4, we're gonna do this stuff. You go to week 4 and you find them here, all right? So every week I give an announcement and tell you what the class. Now this is an 8-week class, not 16 weeks. So it's gonna be a lot of work every week. If you're not willing to put labor here, then please don't take the class. I don't like students say, oh, it's too much work. Well, you know, I'm not a customer service here. I am your person who care about you. I am a person who respect my job. So I expect you to put labor in this 8 weeks. If it's 16 weeks, I will split every week by half, but it's an 8-week. So this is an 8-week work. It's gonna be more work every week than 16 weeks. So don't compare this class with the 16-week. I work too much. Yes. So for example, the first week, you're gonna do a video by yourself. You're gonna do anomalies, you're gonna do indicator. Second week, you're gonna do 2 chapters from the book, and then you're gonna do another video about option video evaluation. So every week, yeah, a lot of assignments. It is because it's an 8 weeks. If you're not happy with that, please drop the class, and that's good. Make me happy, you make yourself happy, and this do other things. But this is gonna be a very intensive class in behavioral finance. Once you finish it, you're gonna have a great technical analysis skills. You're gonna understand a lot of biases because every week I'm trying, or every other week, trying to have behavioral finance concepts or anomalies. So you do that. Okay. So if you like the deal here, the calendar, then continue the class and jump to the next video about video analysis, analyzing crypto. Thank you very much. And that's it.